What is going on, everybody? We're here. We're live. Somehow, Jay and I made it to the stream this morning. I have a feeling that Jay... Did you wake up and do your stream this morning, Jay?
I did.
You did? Wow. I
Yeah.
figured you just slept in because I sent you a message and you didn't reply. And I was like, you must just be passed out.
Did you send me a message?
I did. Unless I could have sent it to the wrong person, I suppose. But
so my phone was going crazy. So I
so
took it off
popular?
my desk because all right, yeah, it's freaking Yellow Flash. Yellow Flash likes to troll when I'm like online because you could hear the buzzing on my phone.
You keep it on the table or something? What you put
I had it on the
pocket?
table. I did get your message. He just freaking it was just texting over and over and over. So I just took the phone and set it on the floor.
Well, it's because we had talked. So last night we went to Halloween Horror Nights, and we had talked specifically about like one of the things we were going to talk about today. And I couldn't for the life of me remember it this morning. I just could not.
It was the Rey Skywalker rumor in Star
That wasn't
Wars.
even the thing I wanted to talk about. It was the Disney Trump tariff thing.
Oh, gotcha. I think I asked you if we mentioned the AI actress too.
That's true. Like, yes. I don't think we've talked about that yet, but I totally blanked on anything that we talked about last night. So yeah.
I totally understand it because we were out late, did a lot of walking, did a little drinking, had a little theme park food in our belly. Ryan went full in, man.
I had a lot of theme park food.
Started, bro. My man got the cheese stick, the corn dog. Then he had the pizza and spaghetti. You know,
Finished off with that old fried PB&J. I ate a lot of food last night. I didn't drink. I had 2 drinks, I think, the entire night. So I didn't drink very much. If I'm gonna be walking around as much as we are, I don't want to get fucking hammered. You know what I mean?
I totally understand that. Totally understand that. Yeah, we just but I'm just saying, like, we just had a lot of food, had a lot of walking, had a crazy live stream on Park Hopping. That fried peanut butter and jelly sandwich I did, and I don't know how you do it, man. Plus the spaghetti pizza on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, I ate quite a bit last night. But...
And then Ryan pulled the old switcheroo on old Jay. We went through a haunted house, and there's a part where it breaks off into 2. One's called the wet path. The other one's called the dry path.
It's in the Terrifier house.
Yeah. So if you go in the wet path, it's like they spray you with blood. It's what it looks like, but it's just water. You know? So we were all talking while we were in line. Anyone going to try the wet path? Of course, Krista and Jeremy. Jeremy couldn't get his hair wet. So he wasn't doing
it would look awful if that happened. Yeah.
He wasn't doing the wet path. So we get up there and Ryan's starting to just a little nudge. He goes, Jim, going with you, man. Let's go. Wet pass. So I already start in. I look and Ryan points and laughs at me. and goes into the dry one. So I go in alone. I go in
Yeah.
freaking alone. I get sprayed with blood, mostly on the right side. It wasn't that bad, but
It wasn't as bad as I thought. Once I saw you come out the other side, it wasn't as bad as
yeah,
I probably should have gone with you, but I didn't want to get soaked.
I respect that. I respect that. Some people though have like posted, videos and stuff like that. They just got drenched.
So I
You
think
know,
they readjusted things. Like in the beginning, when they first opened the house, people were getting absolutely fucking soaked. So I think they
yeah,
adjusted it a little bit.
it's probably true. People either they complained. I actually one of the reports is that somebody slipped because it was too wet. So of course it takes one fat person
One
unable to
no
walk.
balanced fucking loser,
Yeah.
non-athletic. Yeah.
And there was
100%.
Chad, I want you to know that there was one incident where I thought Ryan was gonna get caught in front of a person on a wheelchair. But
Oh, yeah, yeah. It did look like they might have tried to slide one of them in front of
we
us.
made sure that it was that it didn't happen. But I do want to share this before we get going. Something happened in Los Angeles. Speaking of theme parks, that absolutely terrifying. And since I was gone, I like the story's a few days old, but shocking footage of a carnival ride malfunction in Los Angeles at a high school event, trapping dozens for hours until firefighters arrive. I mean, let's just go right to the Channel 7 news incident of a carnival ride.
Alarming new video of a ride that malfunctioned at a school carnival last night in the Pico Union neighborhood. You can see some of the carriages nearly fully detaching, falling and slamming into one another on a ride commonly known as the Zipper. One witness commented some of the riders were trapped for up to an hour, but somehow, after seeing that video, no injuries have been reported. This was part of Bishop Connolly, Our Lady of Loretto High School's Family Fun Day.
Bro, no,
Yeah, so
I do not like the carnival rides. They just don't look safe. They don't feel safe. You see the people that are working on them, they couldn't give two shits if you get your head chopped off in something like it would matter for their lives. That does not matter. I am not a huge fan of the carnival rides.
every day we see more videos like this, and it just reminds me never ever correct to get into a carnival ride. Because yeah, they literally, they put them together. If they got a couple days to set it all up, put it together, make sure it's all set, and then they sell tickets for a fundraiser or for whatever. And things like this happen. I couldn't imagine either, like being in the one
School
that
carnival
falls
last night
here,
in the Pico
like
Union
right to the
neighborhood.
ground, like right here, just dangling, and then having to wait. Whether you're either leaning on your side or however, just having to wait like for an hour to get rescued. Listen,
You
I'm a
should
big
just go to
guy, so
local carnivals, Jay, and just keep filming. Just
just
film
see
and
what
film because it's
happens.
gonna happen.
I mean, I'm a big person, man. When I get into these things, it's a little tight squeeze. So I couldn't imagine like having to wait. And imagine if you're in there with like Fear the Beardo. The guy has like a half a kidney. He's got to pee like every 20 minutes. It would be disastrous. It would be disastrous. So yeah, I'm gonna take. We've had a lot of incidents and accidents from theme park rides. A Stardust Racer killed a guy, and that probably shouldn't have been on the ride. And now like stuff in LA at carnivals. So just be warned. Terrible, scary. Glad no one got hurt on this one, but not for me. Not for
Who do
me.
you who do you think last night at Horror Nights? Who do you think was the biggest scaredy cat in the haunted houses of our group?
Uh Between Krista, Jeremy, me, you, Lee, and Fear the Beardo. I don't know. I was mostly in the front. I had some good jump scares at me. I ain't gonna lie. Not gonna lie. It's the jump scares it's that loud bang. You know what I mean? When you walk by and they play that loud bang, little jump. But I don't think I was as scared. Krista wasn't, shockingly.
She powered through pretty well, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, she did good. But she's also little. It's like when you're tall, it's like when those things dangle from the ceiling, it's like I don't like that stuff, man. So I'm always like hunched over. I don't like because there's been like thousands of people that have already like touched it and walked through it. I don't like it. So I definitely wasn't you. You had a couple scares. They
I
just
don't
got
know.
right in your face, like the Friday the 13th house. Like that dude,
Well,
I thought he popped, not like hit you on purpose, but he got so close.
yeah, like
I,
because
I thought
he
he like
popped
broke
out.
the wall. Like, there's like an invisible wall you're not supposed to
Yes.
cross. So I was
He
like,
popped out and it didn't scare me, right? And then I
right.
just like I just like was super chill and kept walking. And then he like stuck that pitchfork probably like that far
Yeah.
from my neck. And at that point, I was like, I moved back because I thought he was actually gonna hit me.
Ryan did get very mad in one of the houses because one of the actors shot him with water.
Oh, dude, that pissed me off. It was in
I
the
could hear him cussing in the back. So
it's because it was in the bright again. I really don't jump too much in these things. I pretty much am just kind of power through. But we go through, the guy jumps and tries to get me, and I didn't get scared at all. And of course, I probably like very smugly looked at him like nice try, asshole type of thing. And he then, like, as I was walking, he got super fucking close and just squirted me with water right in my
Yeah.
side. It pissed me off.
yeah.
I was not happy about that. If you don't scare me, don't get to squirt me, all right? Like that should be the rule. But this is what I will say.
Makes sense.
You and your brother are very kind of jumpy and you're constantly laughing about like everything that's happening, right? As soon as you get scared, you laugh.
That is true.
The person who I heard screaming the most, without a doubt, was Beardo.
Really?
Yeah, without a doubt. Just like I'd go past, a scare would happen like a couple later, because usually he was in the back somewhere, and you just hear, "Oh shit!" Like it's just constant screaming.
But that's the thing. When you're in the back, you see
know
everything.
Exactly.
Like you see where the scare actors are. You see it all. You're kind of like, you're already prepared. When you're in the front, you don't quite know. But when you're in like the back of the group, you could see, okay, Krista jumped there. This guy jumped out at Ryan. So there's no reason for him to be scared. It's like at that point, it's just a chill walk. Huh.
He said that the back was the worst, that more people got scared in the back somehow. The real thing is there is no back or front. We are all in front of someone else. Or you know what I mean? We're all behind somebody else, even if it's not in our group. It's just one fucking line. It's one big worm going through the entire thing.
That's true.
But
anyway, we had a great time. I'll be working on a vlog to be released on Park Hoppin' either later today or tomorrow. I've got to figure out how to edit videos on my new phone. So on the Apple, they had iMovie. It was very easy. You just moved everything over there and they kind of put it together for you. So I don't know. I have to buy a software. I don't know if Samsung has something simple that I could use.
Why don't you just edit it on your computer?
Well, because the videos are on my phone. How do I get it? How do I get it from my phone to my computer?
So
you
should
watch a YouTube video on it. I'm sure
everything should be on your Google Photos, right? So everything should upload to your Google Photos, and then you can just open that tab and fucking download them.
I gotta see if I could. I don't know if I set that up, or does it do it automatically?
It should do it automatically, but I mean, you might have to set it up, I suppose.
Teaching me in real time.
If you go to Google, right? If you just go to fucking google.com to like a homepage for Google, up on the top right, there's like a bunch of like a couple squares that say Google Apps, and you have all that shit there, including your Google Photos. So as long as you're connected to your Wi-Fi when you get home, it immediately syncs them. So if you want to do it like that. Alex McCarthy for 2. It's Friday. Meta PC code RK Outpost or drunk 3PO. Thank you, Alex. Shitake. Did Jeremy buy you anything? Jay says Ladybug.
Absolutely not. And he bought that vest just to take a picture in front of the DeLorean, and then I never saw it again. I think he got upset because we kept calling him like kept doing Back to the Future lines, saying this dork thinks he's gonna drown, like stuff like that when he was wearing the Back to the Future vest.
He did take it off after. I think it was probably hot. To be honest.
That's true too. Probably a little warm.
A big puffy jacket. Godzilla's greaser. What were the Jason and Fallout houses like? I think the Fallout house is shit. Like it's themed well and it looks cool and there's so much stuff from like Nuka-Cola to a little TV screen, like to everything when you walk through it looks like Fallout. I just don't think it's a very good house. The Jason house is very popular, right, Jay?
It was awesome. It was awesome. That was my favorite one. I like that, and I like the Five Nights at Freddy, just because it looked like you're just walking through the movie. And
I like that dollhouse too.
I thought they did really good. The dollhouse was freaking creepy.
That's what I mean. Like I think that's why
Yeah.
it's really good. Like that is the only house that I felt uncomfortable in the whole time. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like it because it was so creepy, and also because it was one of the this is the only thing that will consistently scare me is when you have like it's not when people are jump out of a hole or jump out of the side. That usually does not get me. It's when you walk into a room and there's like a couple things just standing still. Some of them might be mannequins and you don't really know if it's a mannequin or not. And they fucking sell it. They sell it. They sell it. And just when you think that, okay, this thing is going to move, they fucking move. That will scare me. So they have a couple of those in that house. And it is just it's just a weird, the music I think is good. It's a creepy atmosphere.
Yeah.
So of like the non-IP things, I think that one's my favorite, like haunted house.
It was like people turning into dolls. It was weird. I didn't like the Fallout house. I didn't. I could skip that one. WWE house.
I could use more of that girl in the white tank top. Like they could throw her in there a couple more times. They'd be fine with that. I don't know how scared I'd be, but
the WWE house was like a one and done. If you had to skip another one, that would be one too. Yeah. The Terrifier has a whole scene in the bathroom where it smells like crap.
And the Terrifier house has been pretty popular.
Art the Clown was pretty cool. He was riding around a golf cart last night, waving at people.
Ryan Charlton, good morning, Jay. Good morning, Ryan. Good morning.
Hey, good morning,
Ryan. BS Warren, are you sure it was water that I got squirted with? I'm pretty sure I did I did grab it and smell it to make sure. I want to know what I got sprayed with, but it was water. Hasib Mian, Ryan, not a fan of squirters, confirmed. Well, hey, don't pass that around. I never said that, but I'm not a big fan of like men dressed up in Halloween horror shit fucking spraying me with water as I walk by. Salty Bum Ryu for 2. Grave of Flesh and Five Nights at Freddy's are my favorite houses.
Grave of Flesh was also extremely creepy.
I think that one's all right. That's the one in the beginning. The guy with the guy who's in the cemetery.
Yeah.
And he's like, is someone there?
Yeah.
And then he pops out the other side. He's like, what does he say? Like,
the
dead corpses are alive tonight. Or
yeah,
something.
Yeah.
Like it is very.
The dead's a little active tonight. Something like that.
Yeah, the dead are stirring tonight. Or, it's a very. If you've seen it, it's kind of memeable. Yeah. Andre CR, Google it, Jay. There's this genius thing called USB.
Listen, with the iPhone, I didn't know how to how all that it worked a little differently, but I am learning and I'm starting to really love the Samsung stuff.
There's a little learning curve.
Yeah, but I'm getting there. I'm starting to love it. So if that's true, if I just got to set up all my photos and videos, go to Google, and I can just go there, that is a game changer for me.
That's how I feel whenever I grab an iPhone or an Apple product. Like I don't really understand how it works. You know what I mean? I don't know where's my back button? What is this? Like I don't know. Jinza for Canadian 7. Now that my Red Sox are done, I'm rooting Cubs. Yes, with the Cubs won. We were at Horror Nights while the Cubs were playing. I was watching a little on TV, kept keeping up the score, and they clinched, baby. Go Cubs, go. By the way, Gary's Padres, tough way to end the season in front of the best fan base in the world at the best stadium in the world, Wrigley Field, with the cheers and the singing of Go Cubs Go as the W flag is waving. Rough way for the season to end for the Padres. So, sorry to Gary, but we're gonna have to do Friday Night Tights, and we'll see if I bring it up at all. Probably not. I'll probably shy away from it. Quagmire, Great park hopping stream. The water show was awesome. That water show was incredible, dude.
It was amazing. And shout out to Ryan because he was eating the peanut butter and jelly when it was like going on, and then all of a sudden you looked up and you're like, you snap at Beardo, like, get the freak over there. Look at this awesome show. And we all ran over there. I'm glad we did. It was top notch.
Well, here's the thing with
we
those
didn't notice it, I guess.
Here's the thing with those big group like park hopping streams or whatever. I'm not a huge theme park guy. But I know a lot of people that watch them. There's so many channels out there, whatever. It is fun for like the G&G audience to like see a bunch of us fucking retards all together or like whatever for a while. But also the reason people watch theme park streams is for theme parks. You know what I mean? They want to see Horror Nights. They want to see the atmosphere. They want you to walk through the scare zones. And certainly once I saw them doing that show, I was like, that's a perfect opportunity. Let's show the theme park channel on the theme park stream. Let's give them a good show. So yeah, I was like, hey, let's fucking go over there. So we did it. And it was really good. It was really good. The American Man, the end of the Padres' historic run. First place for 23 days in 2025, beating the Dodgers in the 2022 NLDS, then losing in the championship series. And Tatis on the cover of MLB 21. I remember that cover for Tatis. Now, I wanted to talk about, have you been watching Peacemaker at all, Jay?
I haven't seen a single episode.
You're not missing much.
That's what I keep hearing. It's like, why waste my time? I'd rather hear you talk about it. That's about it. Actually, I had like no desire to watch Peacemaker.
I wouldn't recommend it. And if you want to watch season 2, that first episode, you're gonna have to get through a lot of dicks in a big gay orgy. But
I'm okay.
But there is something that we got to talk about, because in typical James Gunn fashion and in typical modern Hollywood fashion, when you put out a product and you get some criticism, there's one big go-to when some people don't like the direction you're headed with a franchise or with a show or whatever. And James Gunn decided to pull that card pretty damn quick. James Gunn calls fans racist and admits he has no oversight from Warner Brothers on DCU projects. Now, Jay, if you've followed a little bit about what people have been talking about regarding Peacemaker, just like how the first one included a lot of like white supremacy and white supremacy is the worst thing in the world and blah, 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 all of this stuff in season 1. Season 2, they went ahead and doubled down. Peacemaker goes to another Earth, another world, which if you paid attention, it was obvious because there was no black people. There were no minorities anywhere in sight in that world when he was there. And because it's a Hollywood production, it was very obvious to see that. And of course, they finally revealed, I think in episode 6, that yes, indeed, this alternate world that Peacemaker loves so much, in fact, is Earth X, right? It's been taken over by the Nazis. And it was an interesting way to reveal it, I suppose. It should have been obvious to anyone, but yes, indeed, there it was. However, there have been some people that didn't like it. They don't like the fact that James Gunn is so focused on this, that this is what he wants to push again in the second season of Peacemaker. And also, it should be noted that when you listen to what they're saying in this thing, they're trying to send a message. It's not just about an alternate Earth. It's not just about Earth X and a funny story that you could have. No, it's about making comparisons between Earth X, a world that's been taken over by Nazis, and the world today. Here's a little clip from the episode that dropped a day or two ago.
If he's so awesome, why'd he move to the Nazi world?
I didn't say he was smart. I'm sure he didn't even notice. Sad part is, I'm not so sure this Nazi world is as different from our own world as we wish it was.
There it is.
Yes. So this world that's been taken over by the Nazis, in which black people and minorities are put in concentration camps and like all of this stuff. I don't know if that's any different than our real world. That's the sad part. And that's what so much of this shit is about, especially with James Gunn. So obviously there's some criticism for this. But what does James Gunn say? What is James Gunn's take on this whole thing? Well, here it is. James Gunn on Peacemaker, season 2, episode 6. I have a few racists that called me polarizing, but I'm okay with being polarizing and letting racist fall to the wayside. People have loved this episode the most, so it's exciting. What a way to deflect all the criticism for your fucking show. Well, you know what? There's just a few racists out there that have a problem. There's a few racists out there that have a problem. Those are the only ones that have any problems with it. Everybody else absolutely loves it. There's not a lot of people watching this show. The ratings are not great for this show, period. And I don't blame them. It's kind of an unfunny show. There's not much meat to it. I do think there's a small bit between John Cena and his family on that alternate Earth that could be really powerful if they got rid of a lot of the rest of the shit. But unfortunately, the vast majority of the show is just shit and unfunny crap. And then you throw this in there. You throw the messaging in there, especially that line about, I'm not so sure this Nazi world is all that much different from my own. Fuck you. Fuck you, James Gunn. You cock-sucking loser. You lying scumbag piece of shit. What a garbage human being.
Yeah, I hope people remember this, because this is the guy that said Peacemaker is the most important part of his universe. Am I correct in saying that? It was something along the lines that, to understand like Superman and all that, like it was the most important or something like that along those lines.
It is the most important thing.
Important,
It
yeah.
sets up the entire future of the DC universe.
So you think they're going to bring Superman and Lex and all them into this Nazi world for them to fight some bad dude, to free it from all the Nazi propaganda? This is so, come on, James Gunn. This is so 2017 to call everybody a racist and stuff for not liking your show. Oh, man, they just can't help themselves, man. Hollywood is still holding on to this whole, we've got to get our message out there. We've got to let them know we got to fight Trump. We really have to, and push that propaganda button. But again, on a serious note, it's this type of rhetoric that is that's getting people not just fired but hurt and killed. When you constantly push this thing that the Nazis have taken over our government, these crazy people in their minds, they're like, well, we got to stop them by any means necessary. And obviously voting isn't working anymore, and calling them names isn't working anymore. And then these crazy people resort to violence, and they think they're in the right. They think they're not doing anything wrong because they've been told by entertainment and politicians and everybody else that these are the bad guys. Remember what we had to do to Nazis? We had to do all that. These are the same people. It's number one, it's tiring, but my gosh, man, it's so overall this. Thank God I haven't even cared to watch a single episode. So let me ask you this. In the world that he lives in, is there any crime?
Here's the thing. The Nazi world's like a utopia, bro. At least it feels that way from the outside. Everybody's happy. There's like one little resistance group that's like fighting, but you don't really understand why until it's revealed that it's a Nazi world. But for the most part, it seems like a nice place to live. And again, the whole thing is to be like, look how really stupid and ignorant Peacemaker is that he didn't realize. I can't believe he didn't notice that there were no black people in this world and he thinks it's perfect and blah, blah, blah. Then, of course, they play it off by like Harcourt pointing out there's copies of Mein Kampf on every desk. There's a portrait of Hitler in the background. How didn't you notice these things? It's supposed to be played off as a laugh. But I mean, from the outside, it looked like a nice place. I don't know what James Gunn's trying to say about that, but yeah.
So he's literally saying that minorities cause all the problems in our country. That's his real messaging right there.
Hey, there's plenty of black people that don't like this show. Are they racist, James Gunn? Is that why?
Card doesn't work anymore. That word has it has lost all meaning, and now it's almost like a compliment at this point. Basically saying if you are a free thinker and not afraid to give your opinion on something, whether it's good or bad, then they're going to call you a Nazi. It's almost like, well, I take that as a badge of honor. That means I'm not one of you guys. I'm not one of you sheep that walk around and just consume and just agree with everything and put the things in the bio that I was told to do. It just proves that's what I am. So I like when you call me that word, because it means I'm not one of you.
I got called a racist for liking the Batman. I like the Batman.
It every day for various reasons. Yeah.
So, Chris Gore, Ryan, today would have been a great day to wear your "I love being a black woman" T-shirt. I got to see if I can find it. It's somewhere in my drawers somewhere, Chris.
I will say this: Ryan did get a special gift. Ryan did get a special gift from me yesterday. He got the pumpkin spice dude wipes.
Yeah, Jay did give me a spare. I don't think it's been opened yet. Hopefully,
no. I made sure it wasn't open.
I don't think it's been opened, but yes, I got some pumpkin spice for the fall season. So I do have that. Over on locals, A Money Wilson with $1 says, "Go Cubs, go!" You're damn right.
When's the next game?
I think Saturday against the Brewers.
It's coming quick, right?
Yeah. In Wrigley North is basically what the Brewers Stadium is. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm sure Milwaukee will do everything in their power to not allow people from Illinois to buy tickets, because we've seen that over and over again, because they have trouble. It's the playoffs, so they won't have any trouble getting their fans there. But in normal games, they have trouble getting more Milwaukee fans there than Cubs fans there. Because, I mean, let's be real. Who wants to go to a Milwaukee Brewers game? Usually tickets are very freely available. It's way cheaper to go there than to go to Wrigley Field, an actual awesome stadium and a great franchise and a great team. So typically, you see a lot of Cubs fans that are like, hell, for half the price, I'll just take the hour and a half drive to Milwaukee. We'll go watch the Cubs there. So we'll see. We'll see. Even CW did a better version years ago. I thought Crisis on Earth X was pretty cool for the CW. Now, there was a lot. It was the thing they did in that. Instead of saying, whoa, this Nazi-led world is exactly like our world, blah, 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 it was portrayed to be an absolute hellhole, a shithole. You did have a lot of the characters that were Jewish kind of being a little preachy about the entire thing from time to time. But overall, they made it very clear that this world is so much different than ours is. Whereas they wanted to show parallels, and they wanted to say that we're not that far removed from this Nazi world. In our real world, are we?
That was the whole point.
Black people aren't enslaved, where they're not put in concentration camps, like all this stuff. What are we fucking talking about?
That was their whole point, to get that injected. Way to alienate half your audience.
Fable of Man with 20 gifted memberships. Thank you, Fable of Man.
Man, thank you.
20. That's $100 fucking dollars right there, Fable of Man. Shout out. Thank you. And then Snex, James Gunn's Peace Raper. Jay's South African son for $10. Tom from Midnight's Edge says, anyone reacting to Gunn calling people racist in a negative light is a grifter. Like, I can't say I'm following what Tom is saying. I think he is very much committed and very much a big fan of James Gunn and what he's doing with DC and everything. So hope he enjoys it. I guess he's not a racist because he likes it. So congratulations to him. Very progressive. Tobias, been playing Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and I think the AI is far more aggressive than any of the Mario Kart AI. Makes it a lot of fun to win when the AI and other players can really mess with leaders.
You know what, Tobias? I thought I saw you last night at Halloween Horror Nights.
We did. We saw Furry there.
Trying to eat food like an animal. It was very weird.
I think it was red.
Yeah. It was very...
The outfit was red. Like a red dog.
He was sitting at the table like this. And then I think that was his father came along and cut up the food.
Bro, his father, like, that dad had to hate his life.
I was like, oh, snap. He's cutting up the food for the furry.
I'm sure he loves his son, but he looked so disappointed. You know? Godzilla's Greaser, the white men chasing the black woman was unintentionally hilarious. Like, it was so outlandish and stupid. And also, maybe the most unrealistic thing about this entire series is not the idea that there's an alternate dimension or alternate worlds in which one is controlled by Nazis. Like, that's not the most ridiculous stuff. The most ridiculous thing in this entire series, this entire universe, is the idea that that actress, overweight, quite overweight, could outrun for a long time this like mass group of other people. There's no fucking way that happens. And also the idea that she jumped in that pool for no reason when she could have just ran around it. It's so stupid. Like the show is not good. And at least if it was funny, that would make up for some of it. But most of it, although it's supposed to be extremely funny, just isn't. It's just not. I think they relied way too much on a lot of improvisational humor. And I think that's fine in doses. I think 100% when you're out there making, after you've scripted these things out, you know, you let people have a scene where they do just riff. You let them do a little stuff. And sometimes it works really well and you decide to change it. It felt like so much of this show is that.
Wow.
And it just feels like you're wasting time and it's not funny.
And they show a lot of naked men.
Yeah, but if you have a problem with James Gunn saying that racist, you know, there's some racists that don't like Peacemaker. I guess take that how you will. That's fucking wild. Jay, what type of Samsung phone did you get? The one that vibrates really loud.
Did you hear it?
Yes.
I got a Fold.
Oh yeah, Jay. I didn't even know that. He fucking whips this massive screen out and unfolds it. We're watching football. Tobias, you want a good Nazi alternate Earth stories? Look to Man in the High Tower or Wolfenstein New Order and Colossus. Gunn really has no idea what he's doing, and it just hurts to watch this failure. Yeah, Man in the High Castle. Look, Man in the High Castle, if anybody's watched it on Prime, it was from a while ago. I think the first couple seasons are pretty solid. I think it kind of falls apart at the end. I hate the ending, by the way. Vlad the Man for 5. Hurrah! Do you guys like to wipe holes? I don't know how to answer that question.
Holes?
Captain Penguin, we need Blazing Saddles too, more than ever right now.
Never, probably never will happen.
Stephen McBride for 2. She jumped in a pool. Black people can't swim. They can absolutely swim. However, some do struggle more than normal, more than others. It was wild, dude. When I was in boot camp, like the meme was real. Because you have to pass a swim test or whatever in Navy boot camp, and it is about the most easy, pathetic thing you can possibly imagine. For me, at least, I've been swimming, I've been in the water forever, right? You know, you jump off a high dive, land, and swim probably about 50 yards, whatever stroke you can, just kind of keeping your head above water. No big deal. You got to do that, and then you got to tread water for 5 minutes. That's your swim test. And if you don't do it, you have to get more training, and they got to work with you a little bit. You got to go to swim practice and stuff like this so you can finally pass that test. And I'm not going to lie, of like basically all of the black guys in my division, almost all of them failed the swim test and had to get that stuff. It is what it is. But they all got there eventually. They all passed it, which was good. It was like a real struggle for them. And they were like super happy when they figured it out. Andre CR, Jay's vibrator turned on.
It's weird how y'all can hear it.
It's probably right on your fucking desk.
I had to go put it on the floor. Like, yeah, it's on the floor now, on the
in
carpet.
Your pocket. The reason we can hear it is not because it's vibrating. The reason we can hear it is because it was on the desk.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think anyway. At least I think. That's my guess. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you for sure. We got to talk about Disney a little bit, Jay.
Oh, yeah.
Just a little bit. Pop.
They're not having enough issues, man. They haven't.
Well, I mean, look, from what we can tell for the theme parks, they are struggling this year here in Orlando, right?
Yeah. Not only that, but they had a big, massive progressive left movement to cancel Disney Plus, which I don't know if they did. They probably want to get out of the Jimmy Fallon contract. That was like a good
Jimmy
way
Kimmel?
to do it, but they didn't do it.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Or Kimmel, yeah. They're all the same to me. I don't know. So that didn't help. Star Wars is in the toilet. Nobody cares. Marvel's right behind them. Nobody cares. And
Yeah, like
before
Star
you-
Wars, like they're both in the toilet, right? But Star Wars is like down, like it's flushing and the turd has almost disappeared.
Yeah.
Whereas Marvel is still kind of swirling around the top, you know? It's
And then-
swirling around, getting ready to be in there.
I don't know if you saw this, but before you pull up the article,
Yeah, show me.
the Sora 2 AI app. We won't watch the whole thing. This guy said it took him 8 days to make this. All right. So, but he actually literally made a 2-minute film with a dog just returning a videotape. Like I said, we don't have to watch the whole thing. But he's like, man, this thing only took me 8 minutes. I used a AI created dog and put it in the system and kind of typed out what I wanted him to do. And, or excuse me, 8 days. Took him 8 days with the right prompts. So,
Oh, you fucking dumb dog. You got it wet.
I'm just saying, like, people got to be ready to be bombarded with this being all over YouTube and which.
Bro, he's flirting. Look at that dog. No, bro.
Some of the comments are like, this has more heart and fun than anything Disney's put out in the last 2 years.
Well, it feels like a little short that they would play before a Pixar movie. You know?
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Bro, that's a fat squirrel. I think he just killed the squirrel. Lenny, you're gonna be late, bro.
We're invested now. We're invested. There it is.
There's a better way to what? Deliver?
To deliver video.
Well, I'm gonna be real. I don't blame Lenny at all. He's a dog. He did what dogs do. I blame the stupid bitch that tried to let him take this thing all the way across town. And why is he delivering a VHS tape anyway?
Yeah, it's who knows.
Bro, Lenny should have stopped and fucked that poodle. He's got his priorities all messed up.
We're getting to that point where AI is just going to be so good that if it only takes this guy a guy to do, at least that's what he said, 8 days to create a 2-minute short like this. When are we going to get to the point where it might take, maybe it takes a month to do an hour and a half, or an hour and 15 minutes full feature.
Jay, how are we gonna survive, bro?
I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get that AI tool that turns me into like a beautiful woman and just play video games. That's how that's gonna work.
You're gonna play Lawnmower Simulator as a beautiful woman?
When you're at that stage, it doesn't matter what you play. If you wear if they could put it in like some kind of bikini top or something like that, then let's be honest, it doesn't matter what you play or if you're even good at the game. People are just going to tune in and they're just going to watch because
Bro, you got AI actresses or whatever that are getting hired by an AI actress that's getting hired by
freaking weird.
What do you call them? Representation group or whatever the fuck it is. I forget. But I hate this shit so much. I hate this shit, bro. I hate it. This is weird.
It's crazy, but I mean, This is it's happening, man. It's like it's happening. There's no stopping it. There's definitely the government will definitely put some kind of regulation or something. Like if you're doing this, you have to have like the stream marked. I'm assuming. You know, catfish is gonna be all over the menu, baby. All over the menu. Imagine this. Then like imagine you FaceTime someone or video call them and they could turn into whoever, you know?
That shit's wild, dude.
And then what's to stop someone from becoming you, Ryan, and making videos?
Yeah, that is the thing, I suppose.
Or Gary or Jeremy.
I hate all the AI I hate all the AI videos on YouTube.
Oh, it's flooded. But I'm just saying, like, it's the only ones that I really liked was when they redid like teaser trailers. Like when they did like if Return of the Jedi was filmed in Alabama, like that kind of stuff.
That stuff's funny.
But
Although
they're
like
pretty much saying like this is AI. It's a goof, but yeah.
although most of the most of the trailers you see, it's like AI fake trailers that people edit together for a movie that hasn't released a trailer yet. Bro, people get fooled so easily by
Yes.
that shit. So easily by that shit.
Yeah.
Mostly because people are stupid. Like, most people are really fucking dumb, bro.
I haven't reacted to a fake one yet, but
I'm so sad about the state of society. Whatever. What am I going to do? But we can talk about Disney. They're probably sad as well because of what they might have to go through soon. We've heard Donald Trump talk a lot about the current state of the entertainment industry in Hollywood as so many jobs have been lost here in America as studios have decided to flee California, flee different filming places in the United States, and instead go overseas. Why do they go overseas? Well, because they can get better tax incentives. They can get more money back on what they spend there, especially in places like the UK. We see this all the time. Well, all of that might change if what Trump said about this tariff actually goes through, because Trump once again is talking about tariffs for foreign-made movies, including studios that are based here in the U.S. that go to a different country to then make their movie. Trump announces 100% tariff on foreign-made movies. I'm going to be real. I don't know how this gets implemented. I don't know exactly how this would work. I think there would be a lot of details to iron out to be able to enforce this, to be able to figure out exactly what this fucking means. But I tell you what, there might be one company that could be more impacted than any others. Now, certainly, we know all these companies, Warner Brothers, Universal, everybody, they do filming overseas. Now, sometimes that is certainly for a reason and for a very good reason. Like if you're doing a Mission Impossible movie and it's set in this country or in this city, they go there on location and they film it there. But there's also a lot of them that doesn't necessarily need to be in that country, but they want it there for those tax benefits. And the company that probably spends more than anybody else is 1000% Disney. Trump announces 100% movie tariff on foreign-made films in move that will devastate Disney. They have spent, I'm not exaggerating, billions of dollars in the UK over the past couple years just on Marvel movies. They have. And they've committed, they've built out massive studios there to film essentially everything there because they want to take advantage of that tax benefit. They want to get that extra money back from filming in the UK. And when you're spending so much money like they are, when you're spending $400 million, $450 million on these things, might make financial sense to move across the pond and do it all there. So they've invested in doing that. They've pretty much moved away from a lot of filming here in the United States. As a result, a lot of people have lost their jobs here. If this goes through, that move they made to save a little bit of money could cost them so much in the long run. Avengers Doomsday is filming right now. That is going to be one of the most expensive movies we've ever seen in history. That's in the UK. Star Wars Starfighter, which is in production right now for Star Wars. We know they filmed a lot of shit in the UK for their the other movies and the sequels. Well, now that's the same thing with Star Wars Starfighter. Started in UK. I think they moved to Italy for some shots as well. Disney could be fucked by this.
Yeah, and just like we were talking earlier, I was trying to figure out exactly how they're going to tax them. And according to the Goob, it's about the value of the film. But it could, I don't know, it could be a little different, but they gave me an example. They said if including certain parts of the budget and marketing, and they determined that the value of the film that was shot overseas is, and they just gave me a number, 25 million, that of course the tariff would be another 25 million. And that's, I mean, that's on the low end. If you're talking like, if they estimate, what if they estimate a value of a film is $1 billion? You know, like, which would be ridiculously high, but it's like, then you're expecting them to pay that much. So
That's
I,
the thing that I
I don't
don't.
know how that works out, you know?
That's the thing that why I said in the beginning and prefaced it with there's a lot of stuff to work out about this and
Right.
how exactly do you make it work. And I also think, look, as funny as it would be for Disney to have a movie that cost them, $500 million to make, and then all of a sudden they realize it's gonna like it gets a 100% tariff on it. As funny as that would be to witness, we also have to remember that for every massive big budget Disney movie that comes out, there's a ton of kind of independent filmmakers that are doing things and trying to get things released. And man, if you're kind of on a shoestring budget and say you made this thing for 500 grand and you're desperately hoping that you can recoup that money and maybe somebody will pick it up or whatever, all of a sudden that gets
Yeah.
tariffed.
Yeah.
It could have a big impact on obviously big corporations, but it'll also have maybe even a bigger impact on kind of smaller films and smaller filmmakers. And what if you do want to do, say, whether it's a period piece or you want to go to Italy to film this thing because that's where it's set? There's just there's so many things that I do not understand how or why they will implement them and in what way. But this is the second time that Trump has mentioned this. He seems rather serious about it. And certainly I'm an advocate of these companies that are based here in America actually employing Americans instead of going across overseas to try to get a little bit of money back. Now, we need to help that too. We need to offer better like reasons for people to film here in America. We need to offer those same types of benefits that they're getting overseas. But I
I
just
think
don't know, man.
I think we might start seeing that in some of the states, where the states will be like, yeah, come film here and we'll make all that stuff possible. But yeah, if a certain, just example, if Florida were to step up and give them the same type of benefit, then we'll see a lot more films, maybe studios pop up over here as well. I think the one thing that a lot of people also forget is that this could impact the theater going experience, or the people that work in movie theaters as well, because how are they, is the price of the ticket going to go way up? Is the price of popcorn going to go way up? So that will keep it's expensive now as it is. People are saving their money instead of going to the theaters. If it doubles, which is kind of extreme, that will probably keep more people out, and some of the local theaters might end up closing down, if that's how they try to recoup some money. But then, yeah, then there's the other thing. Well, what if they say, well, F you, Trump, we're just going to put it right on our streaming service and like a pay-per-view thing. Even though they've tried that and it didn't work well. But yeah, there's a lot to try to unpack. And I guess we'll start, if it stays, if Trump is serious and it stays, I guess we'll start to see numbers eventually. We could see how all that looks, on what they're actually charging. It would be
Yeah.
pretty crazy though. Like,
I
we value
have
your film at $1 billion coming into this country, so we have to tax you $1 billion for it to be released.
yeah, I think that there's so many hurdles in the way to get this implemented. We'll see what happens. And
Yeah,
maybe there will
are they going to be like, if you hire so many Americans and just bring them with you, you're good to go, right? Because you're filming on location, or is it one of those things?
well,
So
maybe, but again, one of the reasons that the UK offers those things is for, hey, so we can get some of the people that are here employed in this, and also then so it brings more value to the economy while those people are here. All this shit, right? So there would be a lot that goes into it. I don't know. I do not know.
we'll find out once they start charging. Because then that'll be the excuse, right? From Hollywood, we can't really make films right now because cost too much.
Heaven forbid.
And they're just like, well, the reason why it bombed in the box office is because we had to charge so much, and that's Trump's fault. So you could blame Trump, get him out of the office.
Mad Frog for 5. That type of messaging got Charlie Kirk ended. If you think we're close to a Nazi universe, then violence is justifiable. 100%.
Yeah,
there's some cocksucking bitch, some queer in the chat that is like doubling down and calling us racist and shit. That is how that stuff happens, right? They propagandize these people, these fucking losers, these low IQ pieces of shit. And then ultimately they believe that violence is justified to kill us because of that, because of the lies. Golden Nugget for 2. Life is a meaningless ball of nothing. Hey, guys. Yeah, you're right, Golden Nuggets. Solitary R3D, or Solitary Red, maybe. Ryan, I got Asmoed for not passing the swim-in time. I went to RCU and the joke was all the white guys were on crutches and the black guys can't swim, except for one black guy. He was on crutches and failed to swim. It's just, it's true, man. It is a real thing that happens at boot camp. The vast majority of the time. Mike Zero source for 5. Check out AI Bigfoot working as an ICE agent.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. He has a bunch of videos.
Mike Zero's source, just wondering, are AI videos copyright protected? I got no idea.
That's another. Midjourney's going through some lawsuits right now, man, from the big companies.
Well, that's because of the way that they fucking have advertised that shit. Well, like one of the reasons Midjourney is in trouble is because the allegation of the lawsuit is that the idea that they were kind of promoting being able to use copyrighted characters as a benefit, like that was one of the selling points of purchasing Midjourney. So that is one of the things. It's not just the fact that, hey, if you give it the right prompt, it'll turn out a copyright character.
Yeah.
Some of it was, hey, they're scraping copyrighted images and they were advertising the ability for you to create these copyrighted or these trademark characters as part of their subscription service. So that's one of the reasons that they're in such big trouble, apparently. But we'll see. Architect for 2. Great show, guys, as usual, even for a Cubs fan. You're damn right, Architect. Thank you. Tobias, what about films that are purely released online? How could he possibly add terrorists to movies that aren't released via Hollywood or any movie theater in the U.S.? What about movies made without studios? I got no idea.
All questions that deserve answers, Tobias.
I legit have no fucking idea. Over on Locals, Graptar's Hammer says, Ryan, do you have a Cubs or Bears themed sombrero, or just go back to the Pharaoh headdress? I don't own any sombreros, which is kind of a shame.
It is kind of a shame. Same here. Pretty sad.
I love Latinas and I love Mexican food. So I could do, if somebody wanted to give me a sombrero, I definitely wear it. There's this. Somebody could get me this.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, give me some maracas and shit. Let's do it.
Let's get some culture up in here.
That's right. I'm good with it.
I'm good with it too. Actually, I think I might have some tacos after the show.
Ooh. You know, when I was driving home last night, I'd eaten so much, but I was still kind of hungry.
Just had needed a little bit more. That's what theme park food does to you, man. It never fills you up. So you just have to get that extra pretzel, that little scoop of ice cream.
So, like, to put it in perspective, what I ate while I was there, I got there around, let's say 5-ish. So I ate the foot-long corn dog covered in ranch and bacon, a foot-long mozzarella stick. I smashed those in about 5 minutes. We walked around a little bit. Then I ate that, basically, the slice of pizza is like a quarter of a pizza, right?
Yeah.
Slice of spaghetti pizza. So a big slice of pizza with spaghetti and meatballs on top. Down that. And then I had to get one of those fried PB&Js because those are just so fucking good. Those are heavy too, but they're really good. So,
but it wasn't that big. They're not that big.
No, they're not that big.
Yeah.
So I didn't eat like a ton, but I ate a lot of shit. So I was like, I really shouldn't. And I was driving by a Taco Bell when I was coming back to my house. And I'm like, I got so close to just turning on that turn signal and getting a fuck ton of food. And I resisted. I'm like, maybe I can do that tomorrow. I've already had so much bad shit today. You know, what are you going to do? Harry Brownhole for 2. Congrats on the Cubs moving up, Ryan. Thank you very much. Cubs haven't won a playoff series since 2018, I think. Well, maybe they hadn't hosted one since then. But anyway, I'm excited, man. Vibes are very high right now. I didn't think this team would be here this year, so I'm happy about it. Golden Nuggets. It's actually pronounced sombrero. I don't know if I said that right, but thank you, Golden Nuggets. I think I gave it a good college try. And with that, Jay, we all caught up, baby.
That's it. Another Friday in the books. I didn't yell. I didn't laugh uncontrollably. Trying to be more calm, more into the conversation.
Well, good. I appreciate the effort, Jay. You got anything going on this weekend?
No, I got to cut the grass.
Well, have fun with that.
Games. Yeah, I might play some Fortnite later. We'll see.
Have fun with. Do it as an AI woman.
That's right.
Do it as an AI woman. All right. That's going to be it for us. Thanks for hanging out, guys. As always, check out Jay's channel, his Drunk 3PO channel, and his Welcome to the
Rebellion, baby.
His Welcome to the Rebellion channel.
Doing like 800 viewers every morning now. It's pretty awesome.
Nice. That's what consistency will get you.
Yes.
And check out my channel, Ryan Kennel, RK Outpost, if you want. We never plug our channels, actually. So do every once in a blue moon.
That's true.
Other than that, I'll see you guys in 4 hours on Friday Night Tights, where I'm sure we'll discuss Nazi Peacemaker, which will be so much fun. So much fun. All right, everybody. Have a good weekend.
Yes.
Talk to you later.